Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we're diving into some hot topics making waves in the city. First up, Chief Executive John Lee has unveiled a plan to address the notorious subdivided flats in Hong Kong, affecting around 110,000 households. While the initiative aims to set basic living standards, critics are concerned it may not go far enough, allowing 70% of these flats to remain and potentially worsening homelessness without a solid relocation plan. Next, we shine a spotlight on the inspiring elderly volunteers from the Hong Kong Red Cross. With over 800 members aged 50 and above, they are redefining retirement by dedicating their time to humanitarian efforts. These volunteers have contributed over 800,000 hours, proving that age is just a number when it comes to making a difference in the community. Lastly, surfers in Hong Kong are feeling the heat as the government enforces a long-standing ban on surfing at public beaches. With safety concerns cited, many in the surfing community feel targeted and confused by the recent crackdown. Surfers are now advocating for designated areas to enjoy their sport safely while fostering better communication with authorities. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post reports on Hong Kong's recent policy aimed at addressing the long-standing issue of subdivided flats, which house around 110,000 households in substandard conditions. Chief Executive John Lee announced new regulations that will categorize certain subdivided flats as basic housing units, establishing minimum size and safety standards. However, critics argue that the policy legitimizes the existence of these flats, allowing 70% to remain, and lacks urgency in enforcement. With a proposed registration process that could extend to 2026, the plan has drawn ire for its slow implementation and absence of a relocation scheme for affected tenants, raising concerns about potential homelessness among low-income residents. South China Morning Post highlights the inspiring story of the Hong Kong Red Cross Elderly Unit, where 800 volunteers redefine retirement through humanitarian efforts. Established in 1994, this unit has logged over 800,000 volunteer hours, assisting vulnerable groups and fostering intergenerational connections. Volunteers engage in various projects, from advocating for accessibility improvements to sharing safety tips with younger community members. Manager Jackie Tsai emphasizes that the initiative empowers older adults to take active roles and develop new skills, creating a vibrant community where age is seen as an opportunity rather than a limitation. The unit's efforts have earned them a spot as finalists in the Spirit of Hong Kong Awards, showcasing the meaningful impact of teamwork and dedication. South China Morning Post also covers the increasing tensions between the surfing community and Hong Kong authorities at Big Wave Bay Beach, where a newly enforced ban on surfing has left many confused and frustrated. Although surfing has long been part of the beach culture, recent crackdowns and the installation of no surfing signs have raised concerns among local surfers about their safety and rights. Surfers argue that the government should educate the public on the sport rather than impose an outright ban, especially since surfing can serve as a rescue aid in emergencies. With limited surfing seasons in Hong Kong, enthusiasts hope for a collaborative approach that allows them to enjoy their passion while ensuring safety for all beachgoers. South China Morning Post highlights the journey of Austin Chu, a watch enthusiast who transformed his early struggles with luxury timepieces into a successful business. Growing up in Hong Kong and Shanghai, Chu faced disdain from watch dealers due to his youth and limited budget. However, his passion for horology blossomed on Instagram, where he gained recognition as an influencer under the handle @Horolope. This led to the founding of WristCheck in 2020, a marketplace designed to provide a better buying and selling experience for watch enthusiasts. The platform not only offers a comprehensive service with detailed condition reports and a price index, but also fosters community engagement through events and a physical boutique, ultimately attracting high-profile clients like Kevin Hart and, more recently, Jay-Z, who became an investor after being drawn to Chu's vision. In another article, the South China Morning Post discusses the upcoming Hong Kong Open Windsurfing Championship, where two-time Olympic bronze medalist Emma Wilson will compete. The event, commencing on November 5, is anticipated to inspire local windsurfers, particularly the youth, through Wilson's presence and expertise. The head coach, Chan King-in, emphasizes the importance of learning from elite athletes, noting that such opportunities are rare for young competitors. Wilson expressed her excitement about returning to the board after a break since the Tokyo Games and looks forward to exploring Hong Kong with her teammate. The championship will also serve as a preparation for the Asian Windsurfing Championships, showcasing a diverse array of athletes from various countries. Lastly, the South China Morning Post recounts a historical instance of corruption in China during the late 18th century, specifically in Gansu province. The Governor-General, Liu Jian, initiated a student-by-purchase policy, allowing individuals to gain university placements without examinations in exchange for grain or money. This scheme led to widespread graft as officials manipulated the system for personal gain, resulting in the embezzlement of vast sums of silver. When the corruption was finally exposed in 1781, severe repercussions followed, with numerous officials facing execution or exile. The case, which highlighted collusion between officials and the exploitation of the populace, shocked the nation and underscored the systemic issues of corruption that plagued the Qing dynasty, despite the emperor's own complicity in similar practices. South China Morning Post reports on the ongoing challenges and excitement surrounding the America's Cup sailing competition, where New Zealand's Emirates team holds a commanding lead over Ineos Britannia from Great Britain. Despite the British team's recent victories, they find themselves in a precarious position, needing an extraordinary comeback to win the Cup for the first time in 173 years. Meanwhile, Manchester United's Erik ten Hag faces mounting pressure as his team struggles in the Premier League, with speculation about his future swirling in the media. Ten Hag, however, remains defiant, dismissing the rumors as mere fairy tales while preparing his squad for an upcoming match against Brentford. In an engaging interview with Herbie Hancock, the legendary musician reflects on the intersection of art and technology, particularly the role of artificial intelligence in music. At 84, Hancock remains a trailblazer, having embraced new technologies throughout his career. He discusses the potential benefits of AI in the creative process, despite its limitations. Hancock also reminisces about his collaborations with contemporary artists like Kendrick Lamar and Snoop Dogg, expressing hope that his unfinished projects will eventually come to fruition. With a busy touring schedule and a commitment to Buddhism, Hancock continues to inspire with his philosophy on life and creativity, emphasizing the importance of turning challenges into opportunities. Nikkei Asia highlights the burgeoning durian industry in Laos, driven by Chinese investments aimed at meeting the growing demand for the king of fruits in China. With aspirations to become the world's fourth-largest durian producer, local farmers and Chinese investors are navigating the complexities of agriculture in a country rich in natural resources but facing environmental challenges. While the economic potential of durian plantations is significant, concerns about pollution and biodiversity loss loom large. The Laotian government hopes to balance economic growth with environmental protection, as the future of the durian industry remains uncertain amidst local resistance and ecological considerations. South China Morning Post reports on actress Hayden Panettiere, who has been in the spotlight for her personal struggles, particularly following the tragic loss of her younger brother, Jansen Panettiere. Fans expressed concern over her appearance during a recent interview, leading to speculation about her health and past battles with addiction. In response, Panettiere defended herself on Instagram, emphasizing that grief affects everyone differently and that her medical choices are private. following an intervention from family, it was reported that she entered rehab and ended her tumultuous relationship with her boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, who has a troubling history of domestic violence arrests since they began dating in 2018. In a heartfelt tribute, South China Morning Post highlights the bond between Liam Payne and his friend Ant Middleton, who recently mourned the unexpected death of the former One Direction star. Middleton, known for his role as a chief instructor on the reality show SAS, Who Dares Win, expressed his shock and sorrow upon hearing the news just before going live on television. He reminisced about their friendship, describing Payne as a positive force and a key member of One Direction. Payne's tragic passing at the young age of 31 has left a deep impact on those who knew him, with Middleton emphasizing the importance of their connection and the loss felt by the music community. South China Morning Post introduces Miriam Adelson, a billionaire and prominent Republican donor, who has pledged significant financial support for Donald Trump's potential return to the presidency. With a staggering net worth of approximately $32.5 billion, Adelson has a history of leveraging her wealth to influence political outcomes, including the relocation of the U.S. Embassy in Israel. As she navigates her relationship with Trump and the Republican Party, she has made it clear that her support hinges on his commitment to certain policies, such as annexing the West Bank and Gaza. Additionally, Adelson's background as a medical doctor and her deep ties to Israel further underscore her influence and the potential impact of her donations on U.S. foreign policy. Recently, she made headlines by acquiring a majority stake in the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, showcasing her business acumen alongside her political ambitions. South China Morning Post reports that Romeo Beckham has confirmed his relationship with Grace Sorrenti, the daughter of renowned fashion photographer Mario Sorrenti. The couple was spotted sharing affectionate moments in New York City, sparking mixed reactions online. While some criticized their public display of affection as staged for the cameras, others celebrated the budding romance. Gray, who has made a name for herself as a photographer, insists that her father's fame did not influence her career path. She has worked with high-profile clients and celebrities, showcasing her talent in the fashion industry. Interestingly, the Beckham family has a history with the Sorrenti family, leading to speculation that Victoria Beckham may have played a role in bringing the young couple together. BBC highlights the cautious approach of the Labour government towards its China policy as Foreign Secretary David Lammy undertakes a rare visit to Beijing. This visit, only the second by a British Foreign Secretary in 6 years, aims to mend diplomatic ties that have been strained in recent years. While Lammy seeks to establish a working relationship with China, he faces challenges from within his party and the broader political landscape, as many MPs remain skeptical of China's intentions. The government is currently conducting a comprehensive review of its relationship with China, emphasizing a strategy of challenge, compete, cooperate without making any definitive commitments. Lammy's meetings with Chinese officials were described as constructive, yet the UK remains firm on addressing human rights concerns and China's military support for Russia. Nikkei Asia elaborates on the conciliatory tone during Lammy's visit, with both sides expressing a desire for pragmatic cooperation despite their differences. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi welcomed the Labour government's approach, viewing it as a new starting point for bilateral relations. Lammy highlighted opportunities for collaboration in areas such as climate change and technology, while maintaining that the UK's national interests would remain paramount. The Labour government is keen to balance economic cooperation with a firm stance on issues like human rights and national security. As the UK navigates its complex relationship with China, it seeks to re-establish dialogue and cooperation, marking a significant shift from the previous administration's more confrontational stance. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rise. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word,